Hello, witches and heathens of CNY. Welcome to another Sinday School session. So making sure my comments are there. Tonight's episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about what it's like having a spouse that is not a witch. So it doesn't matter what kind of spouse you have, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. Obviously there's times where people don't practice the same practice. Hi, Justin. Welcome. And, that's obviously okay. Everybody has their own path. Everybody is doing their own thing and finding their own way. So obviously, no one is here to stop someone from being as spiritual as they want to be, right? Hi Yvonne. Why do I get high-pitched when I say hello to people? Hello. I'm gonna wait a second. I'm gonna drink some coffee and see who else shows up. Hello. I see faces up there. Yes, Justin, he said same goes for family. Yes, definitely. And it really does, and honestly, I get this a lot. Hello, Lindsay. I went high-pitched again. I am a firm believer of staying true to yourself. 100,000%. And whether... Oh, that was a mosquito. That was a mosquito. How do they find me in here? Someone in my All Things Kirkville group that I'm in said it is Kirkville's town bird, the mosquito. So true. Hi, Portia. I pitched again. See you guys. Okay, so the mosquito might return. I know you all would act the same way. But it can be a hard situation. It can be a very hard situation, especially when feelings and emotions are involved. And I do hear a lot that spouses or even family, don't agree with what you do. Now, I am here to tell you that no one can tell you how to be spiritual. No one. I don't care what title they have, whether it be spouse, whether it be husband, wife. I found a hair in my dinner while I'm watching you, and it was delivered. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry. But yes, so, emotions can make it very bad. My husband is very supportive of what I do. He's not a witch, but he does, he gives the altar offerings, and, if I'm, worried about finances, he'll be like, well, why don't you go do a money spell? So he's into when it comes to my connect. Okay, it's back on. Silly connection. If it happens again, I'll just turn my Wi-Fi off and use. So, yes, it's just... No one can tell you how you can be spiritual. Like I said, title doesn't matter. It could be your parents, it could be cousins, it could be whatever. It doesn't matter. They don't have to live your path. They don't have to walk your path. I understand that your emotions, your feelings, your human emotions connect you with these people, and it makes it so you would rather suppress your spirituality than lose them. And I do understand that, but you can't live that way. You can't. And, obviously there's situations where there's, even me, there's certain people I just don't talk to it about. I don't talk with them about my spirituality, because we all know that it's not going to get us anywhere, because it's usually clashing religions, so there's no point. But that's up to your discretion, obviously. But don't ever let anyone hold you back. When it comes to your spiritual growth and what you believe and what you do in your daily life that makes you happy and makes you successful and makes your spirit be able to go to the next level. That, if it's your spouse, in this case, is, you know, that, like, you really need to put your foot down when it comes to your spirituality. That is, I think, that's your biggest part in this world, is figuring out your spirituality. Justin says, couldn't agree more. My mother hinders my growth. She's had bad experiences with witchcraft and scares her that the devil is going to get me. She grew up in a highly Christian family. And, you know, what's funny, too, is because a lot of the people that come through my store, they are converting from Catholicism, Christianity, and coming into this. And, you know, they are taught their entire lives that the devil is evil, that, you know, all these bad things about witches, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, you know. So that's the Christianity and Catholicism mentality towards witchcraft, if they're biblicists, you know, not humanists. There's a difference. But Yvonne, your husband, he is under your power and enchantments, poor guy. What is he going to say? Well, he does. Okay, so there was a time where I did a working on my husband, and he fully is aware of it now, and whatever. And I know I told some of you the story of it, but, you know, sometimes to make them believers, I guess you gotta do magic. And it'll show them that you mean business, and that you can control what goes on in your life. Because you can, through manifestation. But that's the thing, a lot of the people that don't want to support you... I saw a mosquito. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I keep stopping. But I really don't want to get bit. There he is. But I have a gray floor and he keeps blending in. And then it keeps distracting me. But I'm going to get bit, aren't I? It's going to happen. So the biggest thing that I do want to get across in this Sinday School session here is that you can't let people stop your growth. If you don't want to lose the people in your life that don't agree with your spirituality, the biggest thing is just to not talk to them about it. If you would rather not talk about it and whatever, as long as that's like your outside family. If you're living with the person that's different, it's the quality of your witchcraft will go down. Your confidence will go down. Your empowerment will be almost non-existent if you let someone tell you that you're doing the wrong thing by being a witch. And that is 100% serious stuff there. Because to me, if it's not helping your growth, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. If it's not helping your growth, your spiritual growth, then you cannot have it around you. Hello. Now, see, I'm curious because I've pretty much always... Oh, I got him. I've always been in relationships where the other person was not a practicing witch. So I guess my question would be, what is it like to be with someone that is a witch? You know, obviously, I see with my brother and Alan that obviously you can pretty much balance each other out, and you can complement each other in such a way that you can go crazy amounts of places, which is awesome. Like they're like a power couple to me. So that totally. It's, you know, you have to find the right person for you. If it is a spouse that's what the issue is, then you definitely just gotta let it go. You know, you can obviously be with someone and they can be supportive and they can totally be fine with all of your eccentricities, and everything could be fine. Everything could be totally fine. But it's definitely a good question, I feel like, to see what it's like to be with someone that is into the same thing that you're into. Whether it be just witchcraft and you guys, you know, follow separate deities or what have you. I would love to hear about it. So if you're watching and you're someone that is with someone that's a witch, let me know how it's going. Oh, see, now I have to click see more. My screen's going to move a little bit. Okay. So Yvonne said, seriously, people think witchcraft are things from the devil, but I think it's the best way to connect with ourselves, with nature, with real intention. They should learn. This is just one of the million ways of practice spirituality. Connect with divinity, with the highest part of us. That's exactly right. And, you know, I feel like in religion, people can lose sight of that. You know, they can lose sight of the fact that witches are very spiritual. We are trying to connect with the divine, with the spiritual plane, you know. We're not evil. It's not evil just to do that. That's what they're saying, is that it's evil to do that. It's evil to do any kind of divination. So it's hard. It can be very hard, you know, especially when it comes to your family, and even more so for someone that's under 18 who is being shown that witches are evil through organized religion. It really sucks for us because it's still being taught today. It's in the Bible. So it's still being taught today, which I think is ludicrous. Love the sounds of the summer night there. Yes, if I opened my door, you'd hear it a lot more, but then I'd be attacked, bombarded by mosquitoes. I keep seeing things over here. That one I think was a shine from one of my products. But I keep seeing weird things over here tonight. Surprise, surprise. So with all of this being said, does anyone have any insight to this topic or anything they would like to add to this topic? Because I think it is something that I hear an awful lot, especially when it comes to families that don't agree with what the person's doing. And it's very sad. I personally, I am in a family where it's very supportive. My mom, my dad, very supportive parents. They were all about us being us and always having the spunk inside of us. That's what makes us unique, you know? So they always nurtured. There we go. Nurtured the people that we are. So I personally did not have to experience that. Now, as far as extended family, yes, some of my family thinks I'm crazy and that I'm not going to make it into heaven, which to them I would say I honestly think heaven is more than just heaven. I think all spirits go to the same place, the spiritual realm. It's a spirit thing. It's a spirit thing. You wouldn't understand. Oh, is that another slogan for us? That'd be cool. But, you know, and honestly, in January, I was told that members of my family have spoken not highly of what I do to my dad. And I asked him in January, I said, it's a spirit thing. Absolutely, it's a spirit thing. I asked him, I said, is this true? you know, did these people say these things about me? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, what'd you say to them? And he's like, well, she's making money. She's doing what she loves. And that's what I feel like it should all boil down to. Not just the making money thing, but he was talking about his shop. And people were specifically saying, how could you let her have a shop like this in his house? And that was his answer. And you know what? He loved coming out here. He loved seeing the progress. He loved seeing, straight up, I want to trademark the We've Got a Witch for that, because that was created by me in one of our meetups. Just saying, that will be trademarked someday. And same with Witches and Heathens. Soon enough. But anyway, that's the type of, you know, upbringing that everybody wishes to have. I was lucky enough to actually have it. So for me, it's easy to say, just get rid of it if they don't like what you do. But the thing is, like, it's one thing to not like what someone does and to not agree with what someone does. But it's another thing to put someone down for it and to talk down to them and to tell them that they're evil and that they're going to HE double hockey sticks. Sorry, I feel like I have mosquitoes fluttering around me. And it's not magical, they're not fireflies. Okay, so does anyone have anything to add to this topic? Because I do get it a lot. There's a lot of people that come in here that talk about their family, even talk about their spouses. You know, I have many customers who have very religious significant others. And, you know, I think a lot of the time when that happens, you know, these Christian and Catholic people, they don't expect that they're going to tie up with a witch. You know? So after they fall in love, or maybe they know beforehand, but usually, I'm assuming, because I don't know, I don't care who knows about what I do, but, you know, sometimes people wait to tell people if they're a witch, or what they do. I don't know. I haven't had to deal with that nonsense in a long time. And so it can be hard to come out of the broom closet to your significant other if it's a new relationship, you know, but you have to be true to yourself. And I've said this many times. I even made a meme out of it. It's not a funny meme, it's just a learning meme. But it's essentially, you will never fulfill your soul's purpose if you don't stay true to yourself 100%. Like, you have to be authentically you, unforgivably authentically you, always, in order for your soul to go as far as it possibly can, to reach its highest potential while you're here. Lindsay says, I'm still very new to my past, so I haven't really told many people. You know, and some of the time, too, I could see why people would want to wait when they're beginning this path. Because, number one, you might not know for a fact if it's what you want to do. And for two, you just want to wait until you know for sure. And that's totally fine. And, you know, you should all act within your comfort zone. Definitely. But it is outside of our comfort zone that we do grow. Justin says, I'm very open about my spiritual practices. If they don't like it, hit the road, Jack. Absolutely. Barbara says, be true to you and others will follow. Absolutely. Very true. All of these things are very true. You know, and we Central New Yorkers are also very blessed that we do have a very culturally diverse city. We're not living in the Bible Belt. We're not living in these all just one religion towns, you know. So we, as a whole collective, are blessed. Because even if your family doesn't agree with what you do, there is a network and a connection out there that will embrace you. Whereas in some of these places, like Idaho or Utah type places that are full of organized religion, biblicists, shampoo or repellent with cloves for mosquitoes. right? Cloves are good, and so is lemon. They don't like lemon. And they don't like chlorine. Yeah. They should make a chlorine candle or something. But yes, you know, it can definitely work. It can definitely work having two people that don't believe in the same thing. You know, for example, even if the two people are witches, this one might follow Hecate and Pan, and this one might follow something else. Let's say, I don't know, Aries, or Diana, or Artemis, or something like that. You know, like, people can mesh their beliefs and who they follow, you know. And it's always, in our realm, it's always good to have an open mind. Always. You should always have an open mind no matter what. Even if something scares you, if you're new, don't let things scare you. Instead of being scared and you're feeling this fear, look into it. See why, what is this fear based upon? What is making you feel scared when you see the devil in a candle? You know, what's making you fear something like voodoo or hoodoo or root work or conjure? Usually it is a religion thing that is keeping you from looking into these sorts of things. So I would say to a lot of you people that are just starting on your path, if there's something that specifically makes you feel uncomfortable, you should look into it. I think you should read up on it. I honestly do. I think it'll, number one, it'll help make you feel more comfortable around more diverse paths, I guess, because a lot of us follow a lot of different things. Fear is just one of those things, one of those crazy things that can take someone over. But I'm telling you, you just gotta get your confidence up, and being held back by someone, it's just not good. Educate yourself on your fears. True, very true. You definitely should face that crap, because there's plenty of very nice people that practice voodoo. You know, and they're doing, voodoo isn't just all about bad stuff. Like, I'm in witchcraft and I deal with curses. It's okay. Like, we're trying to break a lot of stigma here, and we're trying to get you to feel a little bit uncomfortable, because it's when you get too comfortable is when you are stagnant and you're not growing. You have to get uncomfortable. And I'm sure you've heard this. I'm sure you've heard this millions of times, is that you do, you know, the hardest part is jumping off that dock into that cold water. Yeah, it's going to make you uncomfortable for a minute, but the feeling that you're going to feel after you get over that initial shock of, holy crap, it's happening, I'm doing it, and then bam, you're in the water, and you're like, oh my gosh, it feels so good. Why was I so scared to begin with? It feels amazing. That's what it's like, okay? So please, I encourage you to look into these things that make you scared. I'm not telling you to go out and start worshiping the devil. Okay, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying do your research. And worshiping the devil's not a bad, like, the devil has a bad rap. And I said this in a quote today somewhere. We are not going to live forever, Yvonne says. Who cares what the others think? I definitely agree with that. And honestly, Yvonne, I know you went through it this year as well. Losing someone that is so unbelievably close to you really makes you look at your own mortality and what you're doing on this earth, and really makes you let go, you know, and really makes you realize that you have to shine you. Like, you have to radiate you, because it's gonna do wonderful things for you. It is. And you can't let anybody hold you back. Ain't nobody gonna break on my stride. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no. Growth is never done in the comfort zone. Absolutely right, Justin. Absolutely right. It's a proven fact. You hear it all the time, and it's very much true. So you know, and a lot of it too is self-discipline. There's all these things that go into, you know, standing up for yourself and standing your ground when it comes to your spirituality, and being comfortable in the fact that you know where, at least where your path is headed. Maybe not so much exactly what your path entails just yet, because there are a lot of new witches, whether they've been curious their whole life and now they're coming into it, or they're just fed up with organized religion and it's not working and they're trying to find something more. And this is the most realistic thing that people are finding. And you know why? Because it's nature-based and it's energy. It's energy and nature. Like, that's the biggest... That was awesome. But that's what it is. It's energy. Energy work. And anyone can do it. Not just witches. Like, that's the coolest thing about it, is we're all tapping into the same source. The ether. The ethereal realm. Say that 10 times fast. You know, like... I can talk about this forever. Does anyone else have anything else to add to this conversation? We are talking about people trying to hold you back from your spirituality. What happens if you have a spouse that is not liking what you're doing when it comes to witchcraft, or even saying you're a witch, or having a spouse that's supportive and still not a witch, but they're okay with it. And there's also family. Family's huge. Nate says, I've had partners who have told me not to speak of being a witch around them because it creeped them out. And exactly, those are the kind of people that they are too closed off to the spiritual realm. They have no idea. You know, we all go through this, you know, there's the people that are awakened, enlightened, you know, that spark is there. And then there's those people that just flat out, they've been brainwashed by media, by organized religion, maybe their family, whatever. They don't have an open mind. So these people are only there to teach you a lesson in your life, and then they may go. You don't need that. You don't need that at all. No way. That would drive me nuts. Like, oh, being a witch creeps you out. It's just, I can't even begin. I wouldn't be able to deal with that. I would not be able to deal with that. You know, I have lots of magical supplies in my house. Like, it's a huge part of, it's my life. Like, this is what my life revolves around, is my shop, the group. You know, I have all sorts of stuff going on right now. All sorts of product development and crap. So it's like, this is a huge part of my life, and there's no way that I could ever be with someone that didn't support my spirituality, you know? Because the thing is, like, once you know that you need to grab onto your spirituality and dig deeper into it, you need to just fall and go, because all these little obstacles in the way, they're going to slow your growth down, and it's, you know, it's going to take you longer in the long run to get in touch with yourself. Nate says, I've also had partners who have participated in rituals because they knew how much it meant to me. And I love that. I love so much. I love doing rituals. And you know, it's always, you know, welcomed with a witch if their partner wants to join in on a ritual. You know, I feel like it's a good bonding moment. It's so funny. It's just so, life is just crazy, isn't it? You know, I feel incredibly blessed. I have, like, the coolest family ever. You know, my kids, I see the spunk in them that I have in me, which I love. And I know, you know, I have my immediate family too, my sister, my brother, my mom, my dad, who is with me in spirit. He's right there. Wait, I would suck as a weather person. I really would. I tried that at the most a few times. They had that green screen there. They can keep, that's for the birds. They can keep it. I can't do that. That's for sure. So, you know, I hope this topic reaches someone that really needed to hear it tonight. Barbara says, it's fun to share your practice and teach others in this beautiful, wonderful craft. It really is. I love teaching. That's definitely one of my passions, is opening people's minds. I love seeing people when they get that aha moment, you know, where they're like, oh my gosh, why haven't I been doing this before? I love that. I love it, love it, love it. I love it when people are hands-on. You can't be hands-on with a spouse that's not supportive. You can't, because they're going to be like, well, don't do witchcraft around me. That's all I got to say about that. So does anyone have any experiences they want to share? If not, I think my time is pretty much up. I can't believe I actually filled a half an hour with this. I was kind of worried when I announced what I was going to be talking about, because I was like, well, what am I going to talk about for all that time? Mike's just very supportive of what I do. He is. Nate, my family really doesn't understand Wicca, but I never let their views stop me. Right, and, you know, like I said, when it comes to family especially, there is a huge, huge difference between them not understanding and not really wanting to understand, as opposed to them actually putting you down and saying that you're evil and all that. You know, so as long as, you know, maybe they'll joke around with you and be like, your crystal's gonna give you what you want. You know, whatever. I don't know. I've never had a family member say that to me. But I've always been super naturalistic and energy oriented. It's the only thing that fits. It really is. I really love it, and I really love the fact that, you know, it's so cliche and silly, because you hear it your entire life. I feel like you create your life. You create what you want out of life. You can manifest what you want out of life. But I feel like people don't understand the energy work aspect of this. You know, they don't understand that it does take a lot of energy. You know, think about it this way. You go to a concert, right? And it's like this super high level concert, and you're going crazy, you're dancing, you're jumping around, you're doing all this stuff for a few hours, and then by the end of it, you are so tired, it's ridiculous. That's what happens in magic. You know, as long as you're doing it right, you should feel exhausted afterwards. Energy work, like I said, anyone can do. Not even just witches. Anyone can do manifesting. Actually, I haven't talked about this book in a little bit. I do talk about it with everybody, but one of our other group members, Susan Dennis, she actually told me about this book. She came in and she said that she was reading it. But I ended up getting it, and it's by Pamela Grout. It's called E Squared. It's an energy. It basically gives you exercises that you can do to prove to you that you can manifest your life. And it gives you scientific evidence. Because this isn't a witch that's writing this. This is someone that's scientific and was in the Catholicism religion, and she got sick of it and wanted answers, so she started looking into the energy side of things. So it's a really good book if anyone wants to read something good when it comes to energy, and really, you know, she you know, kind of breaks it down how to manifest in a way. So if you have a hard time manifesting, you could read that book. That's a great read. If you have 100 in the family, join them and they teach you how to put it to meat, and you can show them how to use the bones. Exactly. Exactly, Barbara. I love using bones. Yvonne, oh, and I know about a witch who says I'm just trying to be a witch, but she was born as a witch, not me. You know what? That doesn't make your power any less, Yvonne. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Everyone is born a spiritual being. Tell her that. That's ridiculous. Well, send her my way. I can tell her different. She says, you're trying to be like her? That's ridiculous. Is she the only witch around? That's ridiculous. Well, I'm sorry you have to deal with that. It's very much not true. Send her my link. Ridiculous. People can be ridiculous, can't they? So, I think that just about wraps up tonight's Sinday School session. Well, like I said, hopefully this reached at least one person that needed to hear all this stuff tonight. If that's what happens, I'm happy with that. Now, since we are the Witches and Heathens of CNY, and it is our group, I'm going to go ahead and talk about some things real quick while I have you 9 people. I think we all have someone like that. That's very true, Justin. That's very true. Ridiculous. But that's why you just have to be authentically you. And if you know deep down inside that you're authentically you, then nobody can touch you. I don't care. I was born Lutheran, learned about Wicca in high school. See? That's exactly what I told her. Everyone. Exactly. See? She doesn't know what she's talking about. And if she's talking like that, then I would definitely question her witchiness. Because that's not a true empowering witch. Alright, so I want to talk about, first of all, the Witches Ball. We have not heard anything yet from Danielle, who is the coordinator at the Landmark. But we do have these pins that are available at witchesandheathens.org. They are the CNY's Witches Sew-In Ball 2020 pins. Okay, they are $8 and they are on the website. And then we also have, I want to say like 4 more calendars left. Guys, we sold almost 50 calendars. That's insane. Now, we are in August. I don't know why I had to look at my calendars hanging up over there. If you saw the picture I posted today from the shop, you would know. But they are on sale. I think we're actually going to take the price down probably to $10 now that we're more than halfway through the year. So I will change the price on the website. Right now it's listed at $15. I mean, you can always pay what you want. I mean, we are a non-profit and we're fundraising, but we're going to lower them to $10 just to get them out of here. But they're great quality pictures, you know. And these are actually group members. I skipped my month. Hold on. So, y'all will be seeing me next month. But yeah. And I love October. But anyway, we have these for sale. And we also have shirts for sale. We are gonna make another order soon, but we do want to pay off the pins before we make another order for the t-shirts. So if you want, go buy up some pins so we can get some more shirts. I did order a bunch of white shirts for a bunch of black clothes wearing witches. So I think what we might do is tie-dye these white shirts. And then I think people will want them more because I think we only sold 1 white shirt out of all the shirts, out of all the white shirts we have, which is quite a lot. But they'll be tie-dye soon. Then those ones will probably sell. But either way, we're always actively fundraising. Leona, Jules, just be you. All of your followers, just be your true self. Absolutely. And that's this Sunday school session, if that's what it all boils down to, that is the biggest lesson that I can give is you have to be you. You will not be successful as a spiritual being if you do not follow who you are supposed to be. Everyone is supposed to be, you know, people get to their highest level. David Bowie, he's the one that said, the funny thing with age is we end up becoming exactly who we are supposed to be all along. Because that's what it is. It's all of your life experience that's leading you up to your end result of a person, of a human, of a spiritual being, you know, of your spirituality, you know. So it's really important to me to be authentically you. And I will stand by that till the day that I die. I know that I am authentically me through and through. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing today. You know, like I'm living my dream. This is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm with my people, my family, you know, and I have a very supportive system, and it's amazing. And all that's going to do is feed your soul and really support your growth as a spiritual being. And that's what this is all about. That's what this whole group is all about. You know, we have a few things on our mission statement, but our main thing is growing as a community, as individuals, as unique, very unique individuals. Like, each and every one of you has a purpose. That's like the biggest thing, is you guys, you all have a sweet spot for something, okay? And, you know, wine and tie-dye party, Barbara. Someone did suggest having the group members do it. That would be fun. That would be fun. But, yeah, you really, you do. You need to stay true to yourself, and if that means not being with someone that doesn't support you wholeheartedly, then you have to make that decision for yourself. You really do. Do you want to go forward and grow your spirit, or do you want to hinder your growth and stay stagnant? Nobody wants stagnicity. I don't know if that's a word. Stagnancy? Stigation? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So, with that being said, it is getting late, and I see my watchers are going down and down, so that means I'm rambling. You know, you guys know that I do that, right? You've only seen me, like, I don't know, many, many Sundays. Whiskey for me, please. Justin says, well, I'm a rum and pineapple kind of gal, so I guess I'll be rum and pineappling it. And around here, I don't know if everywhere sells this, but we have Admiral Nelson. So there's Captain Morgan, which was always my number one. But I'm not that bougie, so I get Admiral Nelson, which is like his cousin. Same proof. Pretty much tastes the same. I feel like it's almost even better. Artemis says, my boyfriend set up his first altar and offering today. Very unexpected because he was raised Catholic, but he has always supported my path since we started dating 10 years ago. And you know what? I think that's the coolest thing, is when, you know, two people meet, they fall in love, one's okay with the witch thing, one's a witch. And then eventually that person gets open-minded. You enlighten them through your experience, through your research and your curiosity. It's freaking awesome. Awesome. Do it. I love it. It's so much fun. I'm all about inspiration, right? Gosh, and creating altars and sacred spaces, and even just, you know, to sit in meditation with yourself and turn inward and all, do yoga, like all this fun stuff. It's great. Stretches. Why don't you want to stretch your bones? Like, I don't know why I haven't been doing yoga my whole entire life. It was a more recent, you know, I've done yoga a few times here and there, but nothing regimented, and it's nice. It's nice. I feel like my posture is getting better, everything. So, totally getting off topic. This subject on this is totally wrong. This is like Jules rambles for an hour again. Yay. Aren't you guys sick of me yet? I swear. Sometimes I'm like, how are they even, like, aren't they sick of me? I'm all over the place, like, all the time. Like dog crap on a shoe. It took Steve 17 years. I know, you know what, that's pretty incredible, especially with his background, too, because he does come from magic, which I love. Hi, Dylan! I got high-pitched again, see? It's because I'm happy. It's because I'm excited. I'm not going to fight it anymore. But it is good. It's good. I love seeing people start realizing their path, even if it takes, you know, a lot longer. You know, it's definitely so cool. And you know what? Seeing his progression from first meeting you guys to now, that's amazing. It's so good for him, you know, and it's so good for you too. It's good for your relationship, I'm sure, which I'm sure it was great before, because you guys seem like very chill people, and he seems very accepting of you as a goddessly woman. But, you know, it's cool just to see when people get enlightened and really start to see things for themselves. I think it's, you know, there's one moment where they just see something where it just blows their mind and they're like, whoa, it's real, you know? So stick with it. Always stick with it, no matter who you're with. If you embrace your spirituality, you will flourish like you've never seen before. And that is my biggest message tonight. Okay? So with that, I am going to end it because it's definitely gone over time and I'm definitely going off topic. So thank you everybody for watching me yet again. If you are just joining us now, the replay will be available shortly. And guys, we have a meetup on Saturday, the 15th. That's Saturday. And that is at Ace of Diamonds. Oh yes, and Shannon, they make, their bees make the honey, which we do have some for sale in the shop. Their honey is amazing. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Again off topic, but I have you here and I'm talking. So, Shannon, I use some of your honey in stir-fry sauce. Now, usually when I make stir-fry sauce, I'll use brown sugar, but this recipe called for honey, and I use your honey. It was the best stir-fry sauce I have ever made in my entire life. And I'm really good at making stir-fry sauce. My partner accepts me and my beliefs, and I respect him and his beliefs. And that's exactly how it should go. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, nobody should be trying to convert anybody, and that's totally not... A true witch knows that each person's path is each person's path. And yes, Barbara, she says bring your own tools for the Ace of Diamonds meetup, which is, we will be mining for Herkimer diamonds, which is quartz crystals, which are in Herkimer. So, they do rent out tools, but it is said that their tools are, of course, not the greatest because it's used by many, many people and worn down. So definitely bring tools if you have them, like little chisel. Remember, you're like tapping into rocks and stuff, so anything you might need, little sifters from the beach or whatever, like bring some cool tools. Kids are welcome. I'm going to bring my kids because they've never been diamond mining before, so they're excited. They're thinking Minecraft, so you know. But the meetup's going to be awesome. It starts at 11. I think I'll be okay enough to go. Very cool. Oh my god, it was so good, Shannon. I highly recommend putting honey in stir-fry sauce now. I'll probably never buy stir-fry sauce again because of that, honestly. And I do actually love telling people that you use the lavender and sage to smoke them because I think that's very cool. Very cool. Alright. Again, I'm going off topic, guys. Alright. Have a great night. If anyone has any questions, please, please, please message me if you have any questions. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you always for your continued support. We love, let's get that bubble out of here. We love where this group is headed, and it's going pretty amazing. So thank you all. Thank you, every last one of you. And we love you all. And have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm trying to get rid of my little chat bubble so I can hit finish. Alright. Good night, guys. Happy witchcrafting. Go create some magic. Good night.